It's time for Personal Connection.
Personal connections.
You have a
Yeah, you
personal
wanna
connection
talk
with the movie
about
Highlander.
What is my personal connection to
When did you
this
first
movie?
see this film? 'Cause
Yeah.
to me, it's like a TNT movie.
Yeah, you clearly...
It's like a heavily edited TBS
This movie clearly
TNT
means a lot
afternoon
to
movie.
you, and we need to
I
understand.
can't remember when I
why.
actually saw this, but it might have been in high school, maybe early ninth grade.
I knew the third one was coming out before I knew what the Highlander even was.
I think
And
I
then
knew
the
the
TV
TV
show was
series
on.
existed
Yeah.
on Sci-Fi, but I never watched it.
No. It's never a movie like you get your parents to rent for you or anything. You'd have to just watch it on
No, this
basic
is
cable.
a movie where like I would catch pieces of it when I'm flipping through channels, and I'd be like, well, I mean, I guess I'll watch it until I find something better on or something and flip to it.
I probably might have saw some of it on TV and then borrowed it from my grandpa, maybe. I think that's what happened, because my grandpa had like every movie ever. And that's how I saw the second one as well, because he had that one too. But yeah, I think I saw this when I was really young and just thought it was like a really cool idea. And just reading about the student that wrote it, I was like, oh man, you could write a movie as a college student. I don't know. I think it just it sparked my interest.
Ooh, spark because of the swords fighting.
Oh,
This seems like
In
a vampire movie for boys. Is how I think of this film.
yeah.
But not The Lost Boys.
No, but because like ladies like kind of have taken the vampire story. It's kind of their story now. Like,
I mean, yeah,
a
I mean,
lot
makes
of
sense.
ladies,
Vampires are
yeah,
sexy as hell. You gotta
sexy
romance them up.
vampires,
Yeah, that's true.
romancing ladies, and we finally got the opposite version. We get the Highlander.
We get a bunch of Scottish guys with big swords.
yeah,
hell yeah.
We're into swords and buff men.
That's true. I mean,
Nobody
like
sparkles.
He-Man and Hercules, and
Oh yeah.
we love all those those characters. Yeah.
Do you have any personal connections with this movie, Andy Huber?
I did. Like this, the only times I really ever watched this was just flipping through, and I'd be like, nothing else is on. I might as well watch this on the Sci-Fi Channel or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Was on. Like flip back to.
I always thought like the
something else.
Kurgan was sweet, and the sword fight scenes were good, but the movie as a whole is kind of long, 2 hours. I don't know if I ever sit down and watch the whole thing.
Oh my
mean,
god! Every time.
I had fun talking about it, but I did struggle through watching it.
What?
There's times where I'm just like,
Really?
I just
I did pause it a couple times.
maybe
to do
there's
things.
some other things I should be doing.
Oh man, it's classic. I mean, it's got history, which I love. It's got fighting, which is
Yeah,
entertaining.
they do a lot with the
Yeah.
little that they have in the film. A lot of extras wearing like old timey clothes, like walking down bridges.
Yeah,
and
it would have been a
on
lot of fun
fields.
to see this with like a modern budget and like scope, where you can have like that initial fight of the in the Highlands between the two clans.
Yeah.
Make it enormous. Give
You
us
can't really tell what's going on.
give
in
us
this
when he
movie.
fights other immortals. Make them both be wearing like traditional stuff from the times they're from or whatever. So they're wearing like crazy historical armor and things, and they're fighting each other
Yeah.
with different styles of like fight as samurai.
I think there's a movie coming out called Tomorrow War that is kind of
Ooh,
like
that
that.
sounds cool.
Coming out next year with Chris Pratt.
All right, I'll watch it.
Okay. I love that this movie is also, it doesn't take itself completely serious.
It's a jokey
got
bits
some
in
like
there.
comedy in there.
Yeah, what was the funniest scene was we didn't even talk about it in
duel?
our review of it, the duel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
I
keeps
mentioned it
getting
in
shot
part
by the-
one.
But we shouldn't
I
mention
thought
how
it was a sword fight.
the duel's caddy or whatever, like keeps
Yeah,
giving him
I
kisses.
forgot about that.
He keeps trying to
Yeah.
give him kisses.
Second, it was so good, sir.
And then he ends up getting shot in the butt.
Yeah.
At the end. It's so funny. Such a funny sequence.
It's a funny
That was
sequence.
goofy. Oh man.
But I can't say I really remember the first time that I saw it, but I knew that it was good from the very beginning.
I knew Chris
liked-
Lambert looked pretty
I liked
sweet.
it.
Like the look of the Highlander and dudes with swords is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think I watched it initially because I was like, "Oh, Sean Connery! Like I know that guy.
Sean Connery.
Like he wouldn't be in a Goofy movie. I mean,
He's in a lot of good.
he certainly is. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I had no idea that like things like this are thorough existed yet. But like,
I mean, have you seen The Avengers?
well,
That's goofy AF.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
oh boy, I used to own that.
That was his last movie, I think, right?
I'm not sure.
Is he still alive?
Yes, he's in hiding though because he's very old.
Yeah. It's one of those like you don't want to come out to
No.
so people see like a falling star or something like that.
Yeah,
that's how
why we never
he
see
might
like Gene
perceive
Hackman
it.
anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Kirk Douglas just passed away.
Yeah, he looked old as hell when he died.
I mean, he was like
Yeah.
100
He was
years
so
old. He lived
yeah.
such a long time
I was reading the trivia for this, which is enormous because, of course, it is.
because it's awesome.
Movie's been
Mentioned
around
that
a long
that
time.
Kurt Russell was
Oh, yeah.
first choice for the Highlander,
But he did Big Trouble in Little China
He passed
instead.
to do Big Trouble.
And it's better that it happened that way.
I think
because
you're
both
right.
of those
I think
movies,
you're right.
Highlander and Big Trouble in Little
what about
China,
Christ-
are like my number
That's
One
true.
and
You
two
do
films.
love Big Trouble.
favorite movies.
But what about
ever.
Christopher Lambert in Big Trouble in Little China? How would that have worked?
Oh yeah.
It would have been different. It would have been different. Maybe, still good. Still good because it's still like more John Carpenter
It'd
than
have
it
been fun.
is
Oh,
Kurt
man.
Russell.
Yeah.
But it would have been different.
A lot of ladies got suggested as the actress in this one too. A lot of like 80s
For the
babes.
police lady?
Yeah. Maybe Diane Lane being like one of them. There's like a
Diane
bunch of
Lane.
other ones.
Yeah.
though.
Gina Davis.
Probably.
There
so.
was a couple of I was like there's a lot of
There was-
female roles in this movie.
There
There's
was
like 4 or
faith
5
behind
of
the
them,
Highlander,
but
Studios wanted it to be good.
yeah, it seems like they committed a decent budget to what seems like a crazy premise, at least
Especially
at
if
the
you
time.
consider, it looked like it was produced by many different people, but the
Yeah.
Canon Films was on there, and Canon has made some horrible movies, like atrociously bad movies. And this one has its moments where it doesn't look great, but it still holds up quite well, I feel.
It looks like 80s. It doesn't hold
Sure.
up
Yeah.
quite to me, but
It holds up better, I'm saying, than a lot of the Canon Films.
but the ideas in the movie are hold up because you got like a music video director doing Highlander, and you do a lot
It
with
is?
with a small budget to make Highlander.
the entire time I was watching it, I was like, there were some scenes where I was like, this feels like a music video.
Yeah,
yeah.
Now
he's
it
done a
makes
ton of music videos.
Even the fight sequence with the panning and stuff, that feels like a music video.
Yeah, well, like the fisheye lens,
Makes
push-ins
sense.
and stuff. Yeah, that is all kind of stuff you would see there.
Yeah, there's a lot of like pre-production that's definitely like this is music video, like using your budget very smart and to pull off a big effect. And
So that's why
make
there
it
were match
look good.
cuts and a lot of panning shots, and that's pretty cool.
I watched a lot of Highlander TV show.
Did you
That's
really?
my personal connection with the Highlander.
I've never seen it.
It was on late at night. There was like
Never
nothing else
watched it.
on in the 90s. From like 8 to 9 p.m. you can watch the Highlander.
You like the second one though.
I do like the second one. That was after the fact, though. I've seen that one more recently. 'Cause
Yeah?
Michael Ironsides is goofy, and everything about it is goofy. He flies
I
on like
remember it being, like,
there's
very
like a
red and
jetpack
black.
guy.
Oh, wow.
Like they fight on jetpacks, and that's another like
Yeah,
they
I
do a
think I
lot with a
remember
little.
that.
I don't know if I've seen that. I don't think I've seen that.
There's also like
It's like Dark City in a way.
There's like a corrupt
Oh,
behind
okay.
the scenes, or like money was just being funneled in weird ways and being spent on things that shouldn't have been spent on. And
Yeah.
The whole like production of Highlander 2 is questionable at best. But he still had to do the Shadow after that, so worked
you
out
go.
for him. And he's still doing stuff today. He's still got credits,
Yeah?
recent credits with television shows and
Well, that's good.
he's working.
movies and things.
Yeah.
Yeah, the director of Highlander carries on. Maybe he's immortal.
And Christopher Lambert didn't really do very much. It seems.
Yeah. I don't know what else like breakout role other than like Mortal Kombat, which was fun and
Yeah,
goofy.
he wasn't even
Yeah.
in the second one.
No.
No, that's true.
And
Well,
he
yeah.
did. I think he just ended up doing B movies.
Clancy Brown was actually in the second one as Raiden.
What? What?
He replaced Christopher Lambert.
He was rated?
He was Raiden in the second
I
Mortal
don't
Kombat
remember that
film.
at all.
Nobody remembers
my
the second
gosh.
Mortal Kombat movie because it's so forgettable. It's
Well,
awful.
Annihilation. I remember it.
It's so bad.
They killed
They kill your two
Johnny
favorite.
Cage,
they kill your
right in
favorite
the very
characters.
beginning.
That's true. Yeah, he's just out of the film.
yeah.
What is going on, movie? Come on.
Did we ever do Mortal Kombat on the show?
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely have not.
Oh my god, why?
There's
We need to talk about
there's
that.
100 other movies we've done.
Oh man, that's true. We've done 100.
Now the writer, I think, has done he did a couple other movies like around the 80s, and I was trying to pull it up to remember what they were because it had come up because I was like, yeah, you've mentioned he sold this when he was in college still, and it's a very different film, but like he went on to, I mean, he wasn't I don't think a huge crazy success from him, but he sold a couple other major films.
the college student that originally wrote it,
Yeah.
because I think it was heavily edited. I think
They changed a lot from
they
his
did.
script.
It is, yeah. Gregory,
I'm sure they were all budgetary reasons.
Gregory Wyden. Oh, he did The Prophecy, which is a horror film.
Oh, yeah.
I like that he's
I thought that was a Stephen King movie.
I like that he has his own Wikipedia photo that he took of himself.
He's looking good.
Oh, he wrote Backdraft. So, I mean,
Ooh,
he's done a couple.
Okay, never seen it, but
Yeah,
I know that's a big movie.
Backdrafts is in the movies I want to see category.
I was reading through his Wikipedia, and he's a guy that very much needs like an inspiration spark, like a physical thing. Like it talks about for Highlander, he was just in a museum and saw a really cool set of armor and was like, "What if a dude was like around today wearing that stuff? What would that be like?"
Yep.
And that's Highlander. And then they did, for Backdraft, he watched a dude get like killed by an explosion and was just like, "What if that was a
God.
movie?"
Oh my god!
I'm like, okay, interesting.
Killed by an
What if
explosion.
ghosts in them and then suddenly did prophecy?
So he's working on Backdraft 2 right now.
Oh, interesting.
He's doing a first draft of Backdraft.
Ooh,
2?
the first draft. Yeah.
He's got first draft of Backdraft.
Backdraft
Front
2
draft.
is a 2009 drama. Is it already out?
Oh wow,
It was
2009.
released direct to video. Oh no!
Did he write it on Final Draft? That's a
Final Backdraft. Backdraft 2, Final Draft.
Backdraft 3, back to the front.
Back to the Front. That's a great title.
Back to the front. Oh man.
Only you can confront forest fires. That's the tagline.
Do they even do direct to video format anymore?
Netflix, baby.
Direct to Netflix, yeah.
What?
Just Netflix original.
You can go
is what
straight to
it's called.
VOD. That's a thing that happens
Yeah,
too.
absolutely.
It'll be on like iTunes or whatever.
Or a Vimeo even, yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
why would you do that?
Because you don't have people to buy your film.
Yeah, you don't have a distributor.
That's fair.
Because your movie stinks.
I'm sorry that my movie sucks. I tried real hard.
Gay Batman is going to be a good film. I'm not even going to, it's going to be, you're going to know it's Batman and Alfred, but it's not going to be.
It'll be called Gay Man.
No.
What?
Wow.
It just took that out. I just took that out. What are you talking about?
No.
Gay Man.
Oh man.
Oh, because it's a secret.
It'll be called The Dark Knight, but night won't be spelled like the King Knight. It'll just be about night. The Dark Knight.
Irregular
Yeah.
time of day.
It was a dark night.
Yeah. It's a Dark Night for
I don't get
all
it. Is that
involved.
are you setting the scene or is it the movie's called that?
Yeah. Cut to interior, a Dark Night.
So the movie's called Interior A Dark Night? Yes.
It's going to be great.
Is this just the setup in your script? Or
You're going to love this movie.
It's both.
It's going to be so tasteless and so sensual.
Ooh, I'm in.
What about a movie with Batman and he's a baby and he's gay and it'll
a
be
lot.
called
Why?
Gaby.
What's happening?
I don't know what that was.
If Marlon Wayne's hears
was
this,
trying
we're
to
in
add-
trouble.
I was
Because
trying
he's
to-
going to make that movie.
Right. I was trying to add layers
That's a lot going
to the
on in one
confusion
movie, yeah.
of gay Batman.
Yeah, Highlander's waned, I think, in popularity. I don't think it's in
it's
the
gone.
It's not in the zeitgeist anymore.
I think the
seem
time
like
has
it.
passed like back in 2007.
Maybe like
it
there can be
seems.
only one is still like a reference that
Yeah,
people can
but I
make
think
and get.
it's for people with
maybe-
like of our generation. I don't think you
No.
get Zoomers doing it or
No,
anything.
I don't think they
Yeah.
really know what it is.
Can I say I like that they're being called Zoomers now instead of Generation Z?
They're
Yeah.
zooming around.
I think it's cool. I think
moving
it's a
so
good
fast.
You
name.
got those bird scooters zooming around on them.
Right. I think it's a good name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There needs to be a reinvigoration.
yeah. So we can bring it back.
Get Nicolas Cage in here as a Sean Connery role.
Oh, that would be good.
Come
as
on.
He would do it. He would do
He
it.
would do it.
Make it happen. First
God.
television show for Nick Cage is going to be the Highlander television series.
Yeah. With his beard like clearly dyed. You're like, that's dyed. I know it.
He's still doing a crazy accent of some kind.
Yeah. We said Scottish, not Australian.
This is Scottish. Okay, Nick.
You're
sure.
screaming. You're screaming again.
It's like this is Andy on set. Just you're screaming.
Nick.
You're like the writer of the Highlander movie, like sitting in like the very back saying
Yeah, I'm
these
just
things.
like hand on forehead, like Nick, you scream that line again.
bunch of good BTS footage. You just throwing the script on the floor. Like you're just like, oh, why do I bother?
Did you guys hear that Nick Cage is doing a movie right now where he's playing himself, doing like
like
versions of
Adaptation?
It's like a John Malkovich.
It's sort of
movie.
like that. Yeah. He's basically recreating movies that he was in some new movie that he's working on.
That sounds really interesting.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So it's gonna have like scenes from like Vampire
National
Kiss,
Con Air.
maybe
Rock?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
like some of his bad stuff. I don't know what it is exactly, but like Reddit
Peggy
was
Sue
all
got
over
married?
this. Maybe.
People love Nicolas Cage films.
Of course they
Heck,
do.
He won an
Rock-
Oscar.
It's true. The Rock's in the Criterion collection.
Oh, you couldn't even say it. It was.
Criterion.
Yeah, I think Michael Bay
It hurt for
bought
you to
it.
say.
Well, that's probably true.
Yeah, because like something else, The Island, I think, was also
Armageddon's in
Criterion.
there, too. Yeah, the
Armageddon.
two Michael Bay
yeah,
movies.
I mean,
he's
they're-
like bought it.
They're milestone films.
They are. They're huge.
Yeah.
They're big.
I mean, you can't actually get them from Criterion anymore. They pretend they're not in the collection, but they're in there.
They certainly are. Armageddon. Oh my god.
But is Highlander in the Criterion collection? I think there's a
No,
couple of
it
different
should.
DVDs
It
of this
should.
thing.
There should be like a
floating
behind
around.
the scenes. They should remake it.
Oh, yeah.
They should make it forever.
A lot of sweet different posters for this film. There's one even with like a skull demon on the the front of it. And he's like, that guy never shows up in the Highlander.
It did. Should have.
Misrepresenting
Should
this
have.
film.
Yeah.
You know, it's behind the scenes.
Oh boy.
And it's always just like Christopher Lambert in ecstasy, like looking up at the sky. Like, I got quickened.
You can do that to me forever if you like.
Do you think because he can't have babies, he also can't have orgasms? So the quickening is the only way for him to get that euphoria?
Ooh,
Yes.
there you go.
Yes. Every quickening, he has to
Yeah.
he's like hiding his pants. Looks like you soiled yourself. Oh boy.
That's something we'll have to address in the television show.
We'll get to it.
Looks like you quickened in your pants.
Premature equiculation.
I see why they call it the quickening.
You thought you cut my head off, but you only prematurely quickened.
Quicken loans.
There you go.
Hey.
I don't know.
There's,
I don't know.
there's a good
Connection
market.
It
time.
doesn't work.
Quickening loans.
Okay.
Let's talk to them. They'll fund it.
Get Christopher Lambert to be the spokesman for Quicken Loans.
There you go. Oh my gosh, that's a really good. Yeah,
You're saying quickening loans.
yeah.
That would be a good commercial. That would be like a
commercial.
Geico version
Yeah.
of a Quicken Loans commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Talked-
it.
We talked about everything but Highlander.
We're done. Well, we talked about it like for an hour just a second ago.
Yeah.
We did.
I'm kind of over it.
Me too. Me too.
But I'm glad you have a personal connection
Love this movie.
with the film.